Welcome to Season 3. Uno, dos, tres at Mallorca. We start with the pre-season tournament as ever, trying to raise some extra funds. We have some ideas about what to do in the transfer window, this particular one and January as well. And of course, we are, as you can see by that news slate on the right-hand side, in a new division because Yuri Mbula and Danny Rodriguez bagged goals to send us up in the playoff final yesterday to give us a spot in La Liga Santander. We are top flight once again here at Mallorca. You can see our pre-season group there. Brighton, Leeds and Frankfurt, Rennes, Montpellier, Fulham and West Ham on the other side. There's about £8 million available should we be able to win that pre-season tournament. I doubt we will, but still. Having come up with us, last year, we have Alaves in the division now with us too. They, of course, finished second. And Rayo Vallecano, I don't know why I'm saying Vallecano, it's Valladolid that I should have been looking for. 16th place Valladolid came up as well. Of course, Espanyol were league champions the year before when Valladolid were victorious in La Liga Smartbank. So we'll be testing ourselves at a higher level. We have £45 million in the transfer budget currently, although I'm going to have to lessen that slightly to be able to afford to pay people wages. So about 40 million as things stand, which is enough to do something. But hold your horses just yet. We have already completed one of the short-term youth development scenarios. That's because I've called up all but one of the youth players that were in our setup academy last year at the beginning of this season. And as such, that has ticked that particular box. Within 2 seasons, have at least 2 of those players play 30% of the games in the first team. That's going to be more unlikely than it was when Bay broke into the first team because of the nature of the level we're playing at, the players, how much the squad has grown, etc. But with the right amount of playing time on a loan spell, there's no reason why one of those youngsters, especially a couple that have potential to be special, can't break into the first team squad next season. The brand exposure gets 7 wins in the league. Out of 38 games, they want us to get 7 wins, and that's an expectation. So, with regards to domestic success, they want a mid-table finish. They want us to stay in this division, understandably. Signed 2 players from North America as a short-term brand exposure. I'm not sure about doing that, to be completely honest. Financially, they want me to make £2.7 million profit from a youth player. That we could certainly do, because we'll be looking to sell a couple of the youth players that aren't going to be good enough at any point anyway. Domestic success-wise, they want us, as we saw, mid-table around a 32 of the Copa del Rey. So they actually want less of us in cup competition than they did last year. Obviously, prioritising staying in the league. So that's certainly doable. In the youth squad, I still have Fernando Avila. God, he's not going to be any good, but he's still there for now because I didn't want to massively bulk out the squad. The starting lineup is, on paper, as we look at it right now, good enough to stay in this league. Now, my preference at this stage is to let that 11 try and keep us in this league, i.e., minimal spending in this January transfer window. We've got a decent sized budget, but I'm not thinking about buying anyone until January. But there are a couple of free agents I might consider signing in this window, and I'll need your feedback on that, please. Again, if there is anything you'd like to happen squad number wise, then do let me know and I can adjust it accordingly as we head into this new season. If you want me to do the usual or kind of traditional 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out wide, 10 up top, 9 up top, 10 at cam, that sort of thing, then I can completely readjust based on the formation. Or if you think certain players should have certain numbers, then let me know. But with regards to our squad depth, we now have all of these youngsters, and Lombardo back actually, which I hadn't expected, or had forgotten about as well. Prado is back from loan too, but he's going to go back out on loan hopefully this season. So this youngster Suleiman, he has potential to be special. Young Legendre, he has potential to be special. There are a couple of young players in this team that could genuinely be absolutely superb. I've loan listed almost all of them. Lamkelze apparently has that special something. If I take him off the loan list, there you go. Potential to be special for Legendre. And the other one, we've got two Suleimans. Tabit Suleiman, and then the more important Gamel Suleiman, again, has potential to be special. So with a year's loan spell, even though they're both mid-60s, they could be squad depth worthy in just one season's time. Everybody else that's come up from the youth system is currently loan listed as well, including Prado, who was out on loan last year and grew really well. If we can get similar growth from everybody this year as well, superb. Now, the free agents that I'm thinking about signing, there is Sergio Asenjo that's available on a free. He's left Villarreal. And Carles Alenia has been released by Barcelona too. Now, I'm scouting them both. I don't know what their rating is. We will find out throughout the course of this episode. And you guys will have to let me know, once we know the full details, whether I should or should not try and sign either of those players. Currently, we have Vegas as our first team keeper. Even if I do sign either of those two on the shortlist, I would like to give the current players in that 11 the chance to perform to keep us up. So they would come in initially as rotation players. I've had a bid for Pippa here. 7.7 million. He's valued at 6. Now, this gives me a perfect opportunity to show you the spreadsheet, which has developed somewhat. Some players have new contracts, some players don't. Some players' release clauses have been altered because they've signed a new contract, some haven't. Now, I've added the youngsters onto this, so you can see Suleiman centre mid. I do need to add in Suleiman Cam to this list as well, and I'll do that after I've recorded this episode. But Pippa is in here, and he has a release clause of, well, actually, I can take that off now because he's not a new signing. Neither is Casas, neither is Bella Kopchak, neither is Andrade. In fact, nobody should have that new signing. Nobody's going to have that new signing thing anymore. So Pippa's release clause is 16.5 million. Now, by all means, feel free to screenshot this so you can have a quick look at it whilst I continue on. Pippa, supposedly I could get up to 10 million for him. Now, I am not, on this particular occasion, willing to sell Pippa. He's my squad depth at right back and he's a decent player, and I'm not going to move him on. I've got my scouts currently an offer for Pudge from Vitoria Guimarães of 1.9 million. Pudge goes nowhere too. He stays for the time being. He hasn't been the player that we hoped he would be, though, unfortunately. So perhaps I would be open to selling Puigmalon. If Carles Alenia comes in, we get a win against Frankfurt thanks to Zlatanovic. Leeds beat us and they beat Brighton too, so we stand a chance of going through in this pre-season tournament. A bid for Lamkelze from Osasuna of 9.8. Lamkelze's release clause is 16.5. Now, it does reckon my chief executive, shall we say, reckons we could get up to 15.4. Now, he hasn't signed a new contract, Lamkelze. When he signed his deal, he was 74 rated and valued at 5.5 million. He is now 76 rated and valued at 8.5 million. I will try and negotiate the release clause. I'm not looking to sell him, but if they match the release clause, I will have no choice. If they try and negotiate, I'm going to be bullish. It's release clause or nothing, or they can alternatively walk away. I'm not looking to sell him, and I will only sell him if a release clause is met, which it has not been. So, moving into the final friendly then, against Brighton, a draw would be enough to see us progress to the knockout stages of this pre-season tournament. A loan bid for Ivan Bravo at left back. It's a loan to buy. I'm going to reject that. He's currently my backup. My backup left back. £43.9 million for Brenner. You'll notice he has a release clause. He had a release clause previously of about 39 million-ish, which was obviously just a little bit above his valuation. So I renegotiated his contract. Now, via the spreadsheet, that renegotiated release clause should be 108 million. The AI actually requested 110.4. So that's spot on. So I just accepted that and said, yes, okay, great. 110.4 million pound release clause. We can do that in game as well as on our spreadsheet. Perfect. I don't want to sell Brenner yet. I would be open to selling Brenner, but I'm not up to selling Brenner yet. I want to give him at least until January. I want to give everybody in that starting lineup the chance until January, unless release clauses are met, the chance to progress. Russo has grown a little bit thanks to his development schedule. Now I'm going to go through and add development plans for everybody in the team between this game, between this episode and the next episode. As I say, all we need is a draw, and in fact we've gotten a victory, so we're through to the next round. And the knockout stages of this pre-season tournament, so our finances will increase nicely. Prize money of 1.1 million for now. A bid from Angers Sco for a 2-year loan deal. I will delegate that and ask for a 1-year loan deal. I am willing to let Picard go out on loan, but only for 1 year, not 2. Thank you very much. If he is to go out on loan in the second season, they have accepted a 1-year loan deal. If he is to go out on loan in the second season, then I'd like it to be at a better level than that, preferably domestic. Sergio Asenjo, scout report in. He's 82 rated. Carlos Zelenya has signed for Betis, I saw there, so that is now not an option. Let me have a look at the transfer hub. Have they both signed for clubs? They have not. I initially saved at the beginning of the season and advanced forward to this point to see if either of them signed for someone, which they didn't, so I felt that I could bring them to you. Unfortunately, Carlos Zelenya in the second way through the season, that was kind of a test initially, has now signed for someone. So Carlos Zelenya is going to be a no-go. We will not be able to bring Carlos Zelenya to the club. To be fair, a player of his quality should probably be signing for a club like Betis over Mallorca at this stage. We have only just come up. So it's perhaps quite realistic that we haven't been able to sign Carlos Zelenya, but Sergio Asenjo still remains available. So, as we'll keep that in mind until we end the episode. We've won against West Ham by 3-1. I did not expect that. We will be meeting Leeds again in the final this time. Prize money added, 2.7 million. This has been our best pre-season tournament so far by an absolute mile. A loan offer for Tiam. A loan to buy, though, from Stade Rennais. No thank you, just a loan. A loan to buy from Valladolid for Prada as well. In fact, that's my backup left back. No, Prada's not my backup left back. That's, what's his face? Bravo. So I will delegate this to just a loan. And actually, that would be in our league, so we could keep tabs of his progress if they agree that, which is superb. We'll quickly sim this. Danny Ings has gone to Leicester for £35.5 million. We'll quickly sim that. Fran Gonzalez from a loan to buy from Başakşehir. Again, we will delegate as a loan. I'm quite happy to let Fran Gonzalez go out. A transfer offer for Bella Kotchap. Now, previously, he's had loan bids, and I couldn't renegotiate his contract because he was loan listed. I don't know if he's now off the loan list. I genuinely don't know. As things stand, he has a release clause in-game of 10, and his release clause on my spreadsheet is 11.6. They've offered 5. I will negotiate 10. I mean, if they pay 10 million for him, then they can have him. But I would like to keep him. If they negotiate and don't play the release clause, then I'm going to keep him, and indeed we will. And I may offer him a new contract if it will allow me. I'll just double check and see if it will allow me, because I think he's still loan listed. Pretty sure he's still loan listed at request. And indeed he is. So it still won't let me delegate a new contract for him. So that kind of takes that issue away from us. A Kufre transfer bid. Leipzig are going to offer me Soyuncu. Now that would be huge. Soyuncu, this is the first time we've had any interest in Kufre. I want to keep him. Soyuncu is valued about the same, and they've offered me 4.25 million. I don't need a centre-back. But if I try to negotiate, I'm going to leave that for you guys to tell me what to do. Tell me in the comment section, do I accept that? Do I negotiate that with the swap for Soyuncu with a larger fee? Do I take Soyuncu out and try and negotiate purely just a financial deal? For your information, Kufre's release clause is 99 million, so there's no way I don't think that they'd match that. Or do I just straight up reject that and keep Kufre at the club? That offer is good enough for me to warrant putting it to you guys and not just flat out rejecting it as ordinarily I would have and I have done for other people. Now, are we about to get... Oh, we are. We're going to win the preseason tournament thanks to a 5-4 penalty win. Brenner gets the goal, Traore gets one for them, and on pens, it's Ali that misses for us. What? Ali misses? But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Ali missed our first. And then Klich and then Vlahovic missed for them. And Brenner scored the penalty that saw us through. Weirdly, the goals read from bottom to top. But then pens read from top to bottom. In terms of their order, which is slightly odd. It took me a little while to figure that out. Right, that Kufre bid is still there. We've got an extra 3.3 million now added to the loan list. To the... transfer budget, and they have come back with a 1-year for Prada, so he can go out on loan provided he agrees contract terms. So, as has been the case with this save so far in the previous 2 seasons, the fact, actually the La Liga season starts slightly earlier than the La Liga Smart Bank season, the Segunda Liga season, but with that Russo bid on the table, not Russo, with that Kufre bid on the table, I need to end it there to make sure that you guys get what you prefer for this save. So we have £49 million in the transfer budget. Again, I reiterate, unless we sell the Kufre, I am not looking to sign anyone at this stage until January, unless we sign Sergio Asenjo at your request on a free contract. He is still available for free. So your decisions in the comments section. Do I sign the goalkeeper on a free? Yes or no? What do we do about Russo? I gave you 4 options there. Accept, reject, negotiate with a slightly higher financial contribution and keep Soyuncu, or remove Soyuncu and negotiate a purely cash bid. The choice is yours. Thumbs up comments that you see in the comment section that agree with your opinion. Leave your own comments. And of course, as ever, please drop the video a like. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel with the notification bell ticked so you miss nothing of our brand new level that we're playing at. Our first season at La Liga. We may well be embroiled in a relegation fight. Or these guys might be good enough to keep us up comfortably. We do not know. Loan bids still coming in for all of our youngsters. They will continue to go out. And hopefully those that have had bids already will accept. But for now... that is where we stand. I need to know what to do. And you guys need to tell me which way to turn. So please do. I will see you tomorrow for another episode of the Mallorca Save, episode 2, where we will take on board and act on your transfer responses in the comment section down below. Again, let me know numbers as well, and I can act on that too. For now, though, thank you very much for watching. I'm really excited about this La Liga season. I'll see you tomorrow.